Oh, this is an Oh, never give it a cold shoulder. This is an adventure with that take over the rover. Like Austin, let's get groovy. I'm in a Range Rover in this story. Let's go. I'm in a Range Rover. Let's do it. Shout out to Aquan. Aquan just hit me on the snap. I sent her something. Would these chicks be still here if I wasn't podding now? Probably not. All right, let's start the show. Welcome all to the fourth edition, the official fourth edition of the Blurry Vision Podcast. And I'm your host, Shaquille Davis. I appreciate it. So I decided to give the Blurry Vision Podcast production crew a weekend off. I took my first Saturday off since I've started the pod, and I went to the beach. I was there for like 30 minutes, drove 30 minutes to the beach, and then just to stay there for 30 minutes, ate a muffin, and left. It was fun to finally have some time to myself because I've been dedicating everything to this podcast. Monday through Friday, I'm working. Usually get home late because I'm usually chilling with our sports director, Chris Porter, after hours. So I'm literally in the office from like 9:30 in the morning to like 11:30 at night usually, unless I decide to go home after my shift. But yeah, that's what this business is about, man. It's sleepless nights and rigorous days, I guess. So yeah, it's just me today. We don't have producer Russ or producer Claire with us or anyone else. I got four lights on me. Usually I only have like two or three, and it looks the same. But I don't really. I'm supposed to know what I'm doing. I'm technically a cameraman. That's what I get paid for from First Coast News. So I should know what I'm doing, but I don't really pay attention. But anyway, we have a good show for you guys today. Took a little break. Like I said, this is the fourth official episode. Usually I come with the PSG report and everything else, but we're back to doing the Blurry Vision Podcast official sports show, fourth episode. The first thing I want to talk to you guys about is Borussia Dortmund's epic collapse yesterday, or I should say Saturday. Dortmund were up, what was it, 2-0? Going into like the 89th minute, virtually stoppage time, and somehow they lost the game. The first goal, nice little side footer from one of the Werder Bremen's players. But after that goal, guys, you have got. You can't, like, I'm watching it right now. You can't let that happen. Gregor Kobel and the Borussia Dortmund defense have to do better. That header should have not even got to the keeper. Cross came in, guy heads it from almost near the edge of the box, and I would like one of the Borussia Dortmund defenders, I guess Nicolas Sula, but that's what Nicolas Sula does. Maybe Nicolas Sula or one of the other defenders get in the way of the header, but no. And sometimes that happens, but that's what you bring Gregor Kobel in for, to improve the defense, talk, communicate. I'm a former goalkeeper, so I know what I'm talking about. This is why you upgrade at the goalkeeper position, because it's not all about just saving and kicking the ball far and getting an assist like Jordan Pickford did on Saturday. But yeah, better communication could have definitely been definitely the key to avoiding this epic collapse. But also, Gregor Kobel, I want to see you save that header. This is what they brought you in for. They upgraded that. You were supposed to be an upgrade over Roman Berkey, who I just found out is in St. Louis FC in the MLS. Why is St. Louis getting a soccer team in America? But anyway, yeah, Gregor Kobel, I want to see you get to that. As a goalkeeper, I hold goalkeepers to a high standard. Like I might even start a goalkeeper show, which I'm thinking about, which I'm like 90% gonna do. For the third goal, Jude Bellingham gets tackled from behind as he's just getting the ball. I would like to see Jude Bellingham step in front of the Werder Bremen player and get a foul call, assuming the ref calls it. But 19-year-old being 19, is careless with the ball, gets tackled. Werder Bremen goes on the attack, and Oliver Burke slots it home on the near post side. Again, the goalkeeper is the last line of defense. I would like to see Gregor Kobo, who was supposed to be an upgrade for Roman Berkey, make that save. But, that happened, and then Werder Bremen stole 3 points. In plain sight, stole 3 points. They say 2-0 is like the most dangerous lead to have, is the most cautious, unsafe lead to have in world football. But we saw that to be true in this game. Just a shame. I feel like with that third goal, Jude Bellingham has Real Madrid on his mind, so I guess that's why he was so careless with the ball, because the kid is super talented, but his age and his youth showed, because you can't get tackled from behind like that. You have to be on high alert, and the urgency has to be there in that situation. You guys are trying to score and win this game too in a 2-2 situation, because you guys just blew the lead. So your urgency should be just like them. Get the ball up quick, Jude. Get it up quick to your attackers. Get it to Marco Reus. Get it to Julian Brandt. But we saw what happened, and Borussia Dortmund has to regroup this week and go over some tactics. It's looking that life without Erling Haaland is looking very, very unfortunate. And speaking of Erling Haaland, what's the score of that Man City Newcastle game? It was 1-1 the last time I checked. Newcastle's up 3-2 right now in the 62nd minute. I cannot wait to watch those highlights. Erling Haaland has scored. Wow. We'll see what the end of the score at the end of this game is by the time I'm done with this pod. Next up, we're going to talk about transfer rumors. Christian Pulisic's situation in Chelsea has been stuff of legend this summer. They're saying he's going to go out on loan to like Newcastle or Man United. The Man United one is the one I really want to talk about. I don't see where he gets in the starting 11 in Newcastle. Alan St. Maximum plays in his position, and Alan St. Maximum is a dribbling god. And I hate to say it, I think Alan Maximum is better than Christian Pulisic. And then we have Miguel Almiron on the right side, but I don't want to see Christian Pulisic play on the right day in and day out. With Man United now, I do not want to see. I don't think it's in Christian Pulisic's best interest to play for a team that needs a rebuild. He should be going to a team that is either at the top of the table or ready to compete. The way Man United is right now, if they keep on this trajectory, we could really be talking about them bottom half of the table. Dare I say relegation battle? I know that's ridiculous, but I don't see a win in their future. And they play Liverpool on Monday. I doubt they'll win that. So I think Christian Pulisic needs to stay far, far away from Man United. You're not getting in on that left-hand side with Marcus Rashford right there. I don't even know who plays on the right for Man U. And regardless of what I said before, you don't want Christian Pulisic playing on the right day in and day out. Maybe in spot positions, yes, but he's better on the left. He's great at cutting in. Now, I think the perfect place for Christian Pulisic is right there at Anfield with Jurgen Klopp. They just got rid of Sadio Mane. They could use some depth on that left side, someone to back up Luis Diaz, even compete with Luis Diaz. And also, Jurgen Klopp knows Christian Pulisic real well. He coached him in Dortmund for a year, I believe, back in like 2014, 2015, whenever the year was. And Jurgen Klopp's even apparently, keen on signing Christian Pulisic, and he also said in the past when he was with Dortmund that he'll always have a place in England if he ever wanted to come. England equals Liverpool. So let's throw away let's ignore the Man United and the Newcastle rumors. Christian Pulisic, you're home. If you decide to leave Chelsea, your home is right there in Anfield at Liverpool. So call up Jurgen Klopp, tell him you really want to make that move to Liverpool and compete for a Premier League title. Because it's not happening at Man United, and it's definitely not happening at Newcastle. Now, if the Liverpool move cannot happen between Newcastle and Man United, man, I don't even know which one. Newcastle's up and coming, and Man United is Man United, but they're not playing like Man United. So in that case, Christian, you roll the dice. If it's a loan move, I definitely say go to Newcastle. If it's permanent, Man United, because you can't take the risk of going to Newcastle hoping that your stock will rise and you'll get like a big move to like Real Madrid or something. You want to be in the best overall situation. You call your buddy Jurgen Klopp, and you make that move to Liverpool. Looks like Bernardo Silva has tied the game. It's 3-3, Man United and Newcastle. Maybe Christian Pulisic should make a permanent move to Newcastle because they're competing with Man City. Looks like Bernardo Silva has tied the game in the 64th minute. Who got the assist? Kevin De Bruyne got the assist. Dope. More transfer rumors. It looks like Casemiro to Man United is actually happening. Like it happened. I don't know if he'll play in Monday's game. I'm sure yes. I think he's completing his medical on Sunday. Casemiro has always been a player I never really appreciated. I'm not gonna say I ever thought he was overrated. I just never. I know he's a defensive rock and a solid rock, but when I think of CDMs, I think of the N'Golo Kantés, the Frank Kesses, who are running all over the pitch, tackling everyone. And when I watch Real Madrid games, I never really see Casemiro do that. Like, he always has, like, quiet, silent, great games, and I don't know how. So I never really appreciated him. But with that said, I think you have to give Casemiro, you got to tip your hat to him to making this move. I don't think that he will be the answer for Real Madrid, but he can definitely be the beginning of turning this team around. I think you plug him in there next to Fred because of the Brazilian connection. As much as I love Scott McTominay, I think he has his head on straight, and he's a good player, and he's a good CDM. He hasn't developed the way he was supposed to yet, even though he's still a good player. I think you have to pair the two Brazilians together. They're going to communicate. They could speak in Brazilian, and nobody would know what they're saying. So they could hide tactics from the opposing defense, from the opposing team. So yeah, you have to plug Casemiro next to Fred. They can hide schemes, hide tactics, and all that from the opposing team. So I don't know the piece that comes next after Casemiro. I think it's a great start. Though Casemiro is getting up there in age, he's not a long-term solution. He's definitely a quick fix, and he's also going to be there with his old buddy Cristiano Ronaldo, and also Varane's over there. So I don't know. I think Man United is trying to get some of that Real Madrid Champions League DNA. But it's going to be interesting to see. Like I said, I never really been able to appreciate Casemiro, but I know he's a good player. Would I want him for my PSG team? No, but I can appreciate what the world thinks of him and what he has done. He is a Champions League winner, so a multiple-time Champions League winner. So he obviously knows how to get the job done, and he brings a winning mentality and, like I said, championship DNA. So it's going to be interesting. Like I said before, you have to give him credit for making this move, wanting a new challenge. Apparently, I think that's what he told Carlo Ancelotti, that he wanted. They had a talk and he wanted a new challenge, and I guess the challenge is being the forefront of, or being the starting piece in turning Man United around, because them being in 20th place right now is absolutely unacceptable. Unacceptable. So, and like I said, I've never really appreciated Casemiro, but I appreciate this move and this sentiment. So, more power to him. And one more thing about Casemiro. We are really going to see now if who is the real problem at Man United. Is it ownership, tactics, or the players? Because Cristiano Ronaldo came, he was good. But, you bring in Jadon Sancho from Dortmund. He was lighting up Dortmund. Done nothing at Man United. Is it the tactics? Is it the player? Is it ownership? Is it the team? Is it the coach? Bring Rafael Varane in, one of the most highly rated center backs of his generation. Has done nothing at Man United that first year. So I think with this Casemiro edition, the jury will be out on what is going on at Man United. So it would be interesting to see, and I'm certainly going to stay tuned. Barcelona, Frankie de Jong, and this financial situation. First of all, I'm so confused. I was supposed to talk about this last week. I'm so confused about how how Barcelona is allowed and able to sign all these players, and they couldn't re-sign Lionel Messi. So someone's lying, but it's okay because Lionel Messi is now with my team, PSG. So I'm not too upset about it, but it is still a little confusing. But with that said, Barcelona, I guess, was not able to register Jules Koundé for today's matchup, I believe. Is it today's matchup? Yeah, they weren't able to register Jules and Koundé in time for today's matchup. So that means if you can't register a player that you bought, that means you're spending money that you do not have, but somehow you have it. Very confusing, and I would say unfortunate situation, but this is what you get. And that's why they're trying to bully Frankie de Jong into taking a pay cut from the money that he's earned and owed. I see that situation from two sides because, first of all, I don't like that, fans are yelling at him to take a pay cut, blah, blah, blah. He's owed that money. That's this contract he signed. You hear this nonsense about that the previous board gave him a contract and it's somehow it's criminal without the money I don't even remember what the crap said. It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever read. Like I said, he's owed that money. He should not agree to a pay cut. I think he needs to get up out of there. I do think he should go to Man United as dysfunctional as they are. I think he can be another building block in getting them back to where they need to be. Casemiro can be the start, the true start, and Frankie de Jong could be the centerpiece. So, no, Frankie de Jong should not take a pay cut. I think he just needs to leave. I don't know. I don't know why he's putting up with this. He hasn't really said much. So, I think it seemed like he's keen to stay. I think he likes wearing that Barcelona colors. I think he likes playing for Barcelona. I don't understand. The transfer window is almost closed, and I'm shocked he's still with Barcelona, and he hasn't forced to move away. But also, with that said, I see it from the other side of this is you made your bed, Frankie. Now you have to lay in it. This is what you wanted. You wanted to be with Barcelona, right? You snubbed PSG, and clearly, you see where my frustration lies. You snubbed PSG because you wanted to go to Barcelona. We had a deal in place with you, verbal agreements and all that, but you decided to go to Barcelona. Well, like I said, you made your bed now, lay in it. This is what you want, and karma doesn't miss anyone. So I also have no sympathy for Frankie De Jong. This is the team you chose to play for. So what are you gonna do? Are you gonna stick around with that dysfunctional team, or go to another dysfunctional team in Man United? I wouldn't mind you at PSG. I don't really want to see Frankie in a back three though, in a midfield of two. Him and Verratti would be a good partnership. I really don't want to see him at Chelsea's back three. I feel like you would have to change. You kind of have to change a lot in this system to get the best out of Frankie De Jong. Even though he's a spectacular, probably the best young midfielder. He is the best young midfielder in the world. But he likes to play like a real slow-paced kind of game, pick out the pass, which has worked, which has worked in the past. It really hasn't really worked out in Barcelona, but we saw him at Ajax be a maestro in that midfield, and I think he can be that again. He just needs to find the right team. It would be interesting to see if Man United could be the right team, even though how dysfunctional they are. But sometimes things don't work out the way they're supposed to. So I know if Frankie is going to leave, he needs to be very, very careful about the team he picks. If the rivalries weren't such a big deal in soccer, I'd tell him to go to Real Madrid. But that's obviously not going to happen. Let me talk about Chelsea real quick. Chelsea lost to Lille today. What was it? I think it was 3-0. Not Lille. to Leeds United. 3-0. And I don't know what's happened to Chelsea. They were a team that, some people picked last year to win the Premier League. They had a great first start to like the first 10 games of the season. They were great. Then they fell off. The year before that, they won the Champions League, having as coach for not even a season and a half. So I don't quite know what's happened to Chelsea. I think we need to start having that conversation that they have, a lot of people have with PSG, about money not being able to buy you championships. They spent a lot of money. And it seems like the more they spent, the worse they've become. I like the addition of Koulibaly, but he's lost his brain in this Leeds game. Why are you on a yellow card pulling an opposing player? Of course you're going to get another yellow card, especially when they're on the attack. You got to be smarter than that, Koulibaly. You're a guy that I have said is the best center back in the world. It's just that you play for Napoli and no one cares. Now you're on the big stage. Don't make me look stupid. Thank you. Mason Mount was great today. I think he was probably their best player. Created a whole bunch of chances. Everyone else was underwhelming, or wasn't good enough. So I don't know what's going on with Chelsea. Like I said, I think that we have to have that PSG conversation. You can't buy championships with large bank accounts. And they kind of got rid of the problem childs like Romelu Lukaku and Timo Werner, but nothing has come of it. And I believe in Thomas Tuchel. If there's anyone that can figure this situation out, it is Thomas Tuchel. He is a master tactician. Like I said, he won a Champions League with a whole brand new team in like less than half a season. So he is the man to figure this out. I just hope the board gives him some time. Chelsea should be in panic mode right now. Definitely should be in panic mode right now, because they shouldn't be playing like this at all. So forget about the Frankie De Jong rumors. Chelsea, remember, less is more with you guys. Less is more. Bring Hudson-Odoi back into the frame. See what he's got. Try a formation change. Something. Chelsea, figure it out. Figure it out, because this is unacceptable. And I got to give props real quick to the young American Brendan Aronson. Coughed up the ball in the game. Probably going to be the play of the weekend. Mendy got a back pass. He ran down, chased down Mendy, had Mendy hesitating, took the ball from Mendy, and then and put the ball in on a no-look shot. Absolutely beautiful. That is the type of pressing in football I like to see. Leeds United might be back. We will see. I think they're like in second place at the current moment, at time of recording. So I thought Jesse Marsh was going to fail, but he's got Leeds playing some good football. So tip my hat to him. That's all I have this week for the Blurry Vision Podcast. Appreciate you guys tuning in. And you guys have a safe and sound week. Tell a friend, tell a bird, tell a pigeon, tell a cat, tell a dog, tell your parents, tell your neighbor, tell them aliens in space that I'm here. And like I said, this is the Blurry Vision Podcast. Take care. Thanks for tuning in. No more days off for them. No more days off for the Blurry Vision Network production crew. No more days off.